Hello all. What a day it's been. My day started off being detoured yet again. And the detour, there was a sheet of ice on that road. And from there, so I didn't get to work till a little later than normal. Then work was busy. They added more bids. So we have, no mail, a bunch of bids for January. So the one I have done because it was supposed to be in December. The other one is just about done. Help my boss start wrapping gifts for her kids. Then I left work because order two things at Kohl's for my son. Decided to nix the jeans and go with a hoodie and a nice thermal shirt because he works in receiving, so he's like in and out of the store, and I know he's always cold. So that's that. So, but I went and I left work, and get this, okay, it was bad, but I had a free, funds are low because of, Christmas coming until I get paid and hopefully a nice bonus. But so I had a free bacon cheeseburger, junior bacon cheeseburger at Wendy's, so I got that. Then went to McDonald's, small fry, free, because I have the apps, and when my bosses send me to get them food, of course I scan the app. And then Dunkin' Donuts for a free large iced coffee. So free, which is very good this time of year. So then I headed to East Brunswick Mall to JCPenney's, because I had JCPenney's in my head that I ordered both orders, the one from the other day and today, JCPenney's. Okay, so I go in JCPenney's and I'm like, where is order pickup? And then it says upstairs. So I take the elevator, which was a little sketch. It took forever to, even after the button, went off for the doors to open. It smelt in there like something was burning, like burning rubber almost. But I don't know why I wasn't thinking escalator. Don't know. So then, and funny thing, this couple got in with their 2 young kids, and they said, she said, ooh, and she's wiping his beard. And so, and he had a man bun. So, very nice looking guy, very clean cut, other than, man bun doesn't necessarily mean you're not clean cut, but very neat. And she was very, well dressed. So were their kids. And he's like, what? And she goes, oh, I thought it was fuzz, but it's gray. So he goes, great. He goes, more and more every day. I go, oh, just wait till they get older. And he goes, oh, I know. So he had not one gray hair in his head, though. But he had all these gray in his beard. So, like, okay. Then, so then from there, he, I swear I did not yawn all day. So then from there I get out and they go, oh, do you know where the portrait studio is? And I was like, oh, I think it's down there and around the corner. They're like, oh, okay. Like, looked at me weird, like, how do you not know that? And then this guy, he goes, oh, you work here? I was like, no. He goes, oh, you were giving them directions. I was like, yeah, I think they thought I work here. And he goes, oh, can never find anybody that works here. I'm like, nope, can't. So little interesting conversation going back and forth with him. And then I was like, oh, I gotta go. Then it says returns, sales and returns, I think it was. Sales and returns. And then it had pickup, online pickup, and an arrow going that way. So would you think that it's right there? So I'm waiting in line, waiting close to 15 minutes. And I'm next. So I was like, let me pull up my email. Put in JCPenney's. I'm like, nothing. That only thing comes up is the Freehold Mall. Then I look to all my emails because I flag them for the ones that are for pickup or important. And I'm like, ugh, Kohl's. Oh, crap. So I placed these orders at Kohl's. So after waiting almost 15 minutes in line, and not to mention the wasted time getting to the mall, getting into Penny's, and trying to find where I'm supposed to go. So then I go to Kohl's, and it says pickup orders here. So I'm like, okay. So I stand in line, I'm waiting, and then I get up there, and she goes, oh, that's self-pickup. And now my self-pickup, I know exactly where it is, and it's a much smaller, I shouldn't say mine, the one that's in Homedale. It's a much smaller store than this store. And so I'm like, okay. I go, and she's like, back there, straight back. And I'm like, oh, this is freaking fantastic. So then I'm trying to open it. Of course, internet is slow. So this woman goes, there's several of them in this neighborhood, or drive through. I don't know if they live here or they just freaking drive through. So I was like, no, just the internet is slow. I go, and it annoys me, not getting a discount for picking up my own stuff. And she's like, can I help you? And I was like, no, that's okay. I'll just wait for the internet. So she goes, well, if you're having a problem and you go up front, they'll get it for you. I was like, no, I was up front. They told me to come in the back. I'll just wait for the internet to come up. So she's like, okay. She's like, but if you tell them, it won't come up, they'll tell you what number. And I'm like, no, I'll just wait here and then walk all the way up there for her to tell me the numbers. I have 2 orders to come back here. So she's like, oh, okay. And she goes, you seem frustrated. I was like, well, I don't like this self-pickup. I go, they're not giving me a discount for doing someone who works here's job. And she goes, I work here. So I'm like, okay, that's fantastic. So I was like, well, I go, anybody can walk in and walk out. Oh, no, they caught those people that were walking in and walking out with people's packages. She goes, so if that happened to you, they made sure you got a credit. Did you make sure they got? I was like, it wasn't this. I go, it's not this store. I don't come to this store. I usually come to Homedale, but it wasn't available. So I said, came here. I said, I'm a little frazzled because I was thinking JCPenney's, and it wasn't JCPenney's. It was Kohl's. I go, I have an order at the JCPenney's in Freehold. So she's like, oh, well, we're all frazzled, because I work here. Think about us. I was just like, oh, I'm not winning this conversation. And I was like, well, thank you. She goes, you have a Merry Christmas and a happy and healthy New Year. And I'm like, you too. Just like, oh my God. Oh, I was not winning with that woman. So I was like, all right, whatever. So then from there, I left there. And it told me to go Summerhill Road. So I'm like, well, and then I looked, red. So I was like, oh, crap. So I go to do that, but I forgot to go to the left. So I went around to the right, And it was either go the not long way, but the way that it's only 25 miles an hour, or go north, turn back around again like I did before. And I was just like, forget about it. I'll just go the 25 mile an hour road. And then it dropped me back on 18. And that was fine, because there really, even though it said red traffic, it was not red. So then I went into Walmart. Fun experience, because I go in and I said to the girl who's behind the photo counter, I was like, excuse me, I need some film. She goes, oh, I'm really busy. Can you go over to the guy over there? And he has the key. He has the key too. And I'm like, okay. And she was printing Christmas cards. So, and I'm like thinking, I just mailed some Christmas cards today. So if these people are putting them in the mail tomorrow, I don't think people are getting them for Christmas. Ooh, look at the moon behind me. I don't think these people are getting them in time for Christmas. But, maybe they're handing them out. Maybe they're not, Maybe they're just, they don't care. They'll put them late. My dog is very nice. She pooped right under the light. So I go get this guy who I think hijacked him from a guy that was waiting at the counter. But the last time it took me forever to get someone. Sorry, I'm searching for poop. One more piece. Okay. So I went and I I need it for that camera. He goes, I don't know what kind of film goes in that camera. I'm like, it's an Intex. So I guess Intex film that's underneath it. And he goes, oh, okay. So I was like, okay. So there was that. Come on. So then from there, I was like, okay. So then I go over to one of the workers, because I went over by the Christmas stuff. And I was like, can you show me where I'd find a gingerbread house kit to make a gingerbread house? So she's like, oh, D whatever. So I'm like, okay. So I'm looking for D, and I cannot find it. Say hi. She's afraid of everything. She's a rescue, so she's come a long way in a year.
Nice dog.
Yeah, but she runs away from everybody.
Oh.
Except me. Even my children. You too. So then from there, she's like, oh no, over here. And she was saying G, not T. So I was like, oh, okay. So I misunderstood that. So she shows me these like Charles Dickens houses, like ceramic ones. And I'm like, no, gingerbread houses that you built. She's like, oh, like these. Those were gingerbread houses that were already like ceramic put together. So 2 strikes. And I'm like, no, it's a kit, like gingerbread, like cookie dough. You make a house out of it. And she's like, oh, I don't know then. It's like, okay. So then I go over to this guy that's helping people on self-checkout. And I said, oh, excuse me, I don't know if you know, but I need gingerbread house kits. Like you put it together to make a gingerbread, like edible. And he's like, oh, A1, right down there. I just sent someone down there. Okay. So I was like, alrighty then. So do that. And I go down there and A1 is fruit. So this lady goes, can I help you? And I said, yes, I'm looking for gingerbread house kits to make gingerbread houses. And she's like, you see those green boxes down there? There's gingerbread cookies down there. I said, no, I'm looking for gingerbread house kits. She goes, and are you listening to me? She's like, all we have is gingerbread cookies, and that's where they are. I said, okay, but that's not what I asked for. I asked for a gingerbread house kit. She goes, well, we don't have them. Did you not hear me? We have gingerbread cookies. I was like, I heard you, but I don't want cookies. I want gingerbread house, so you're all out of them. So she's like, yes. I said, okay, thank you. I'm like, oh my God, I was from one end of Walmart to the other. And if someone asks for a gingerbread house kit, why would you say we have gingerbread cookies over there? Instead of saying, we are all out of the gingerbread house kits, but we do have gingerbread cookies if you'd like. No. I would have said, do you have gingerbread house kits or do you have gingerbread cookies? Holy schmoly. I couldn't believe it. I was like, are you freaking kidding me? Oh my God. I couldn't believe it. I was just like, oh my God, you can't make this shit up. So I left Walmart, texted my boss. She's like, you know what? Let's forget about it for this year. And because I went online, I could have got one delivered by Saturday. But she's like, just let's forget about it. Just told her I got the film. Then I told her what I did. That I went to JCPenney's, set of Kohl's. Realized after waiting in line almost 15 minutes, she's like, oh my God, I've done that too. I'm like, oh boy, it's just unbelievable. So, my brain is just shot. So, bunch of stuff came from Amazon today. Stuff's coming tomorrow. I'm starting to put stuff in bags. One thing I haven't done is made the girls' bracelets, but not to brag, but I've become pretty much a pro with those. I did paint ornaments. I was doing a nativity one. I kind of screwed that up. Might have to redo it or scratch it because I can't get like the people, the figures. Ouch. I like ripped a nail, but I am can't get like the figures. I just want like a solid no faces or whatever, and I think I need a small brush to do that, which I don't have. I don't think. If I really look through my craft stuff, I'm sure I could, but I don't want to. So I don't know, but I'm going to start putting stuff in bags. I do need to go to the dollar store and get tissue paper, and then just stuffed tissue paper. Oh my God, I get this itch right on my hip, where my hip and thigh connect. Oh my God, sometimes. And I don't know, it's a weird, I have really, feels like no feeling there. And it's ever since I had my back surgery. So I'm wondering if they took something from my hip to fuse my discs or back or whatever the hell they did. So yeah, I have like no feeling in my hip in this like pretty big size spot on my hip. But oh my gosh, I don't know. Look at the moon. It's like a little more than half a moon. I think last night was a half a moon. So, oh my gosh. So that was nice. People, well, my dog was somewhat going up to them, and they're probably wondering, looking at my phone, who the hell is she talking to? I don't see another little square in there. Probably thought I was FaceTiming someone, but I wasn't. And my dog, I have to give a shout out. Very, very good girl. She did not go to the bathroom in there, and they didn't get home till almost 7. Although we did go out late last night for our last walk. But it's a leaf. There was something about, and she just peed again and again. Like, she didn't even walk like a foot. Peed again. There was an article where let them sniff. And it's saying how, that's how they get to know their territory. Let your dog sniff. That's how they get, feel comfortable. Blah, 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 blah. And I do let her sniff, unless sometimes sniffing leads to biting, like to eat something. And I'm like, no. So, I guess once I go inside, I don't really need to eat because I eat. Not good, but I eat. And I'm looking forward to the new year because my resolution is I am going food shopping, like real food shopping. And that's once I get my bonus. Real food shopping and getting food for the new year. And on Sundays is going to be my prep day. And I'm going to grill a bunch of chicken. And you know what? I made, French fries last night, waffle fries. Very few, because there was very few left. And I sprinkled on it Pampered Chef's, everything but the pizza seasoning. Well, I put a little olive oil and then that. And oh my God, they were so tasty. So I'm like, ooh, this would taste good on chicken. Little olive oil on the chicken and then sprinkle that on and cook it. And that would taste good with, cut up in a salad. So there'll be mushrooms bought. There will be peppers bought that'll have to be cut. I do have my cut in store, so I'll have that. My dog just went to the bathroom again. This dog pees so much. It's ridiculous. So, oh my God. But it's not as cold. I should say it's not as windy. It's not as cold. My ears are starting to get cold. But I don't think it's as cold as yesterday. But, oh my God. Come on. Oh, she heard the gate to the dumpster that she does not like. So, alrighty. So, I'm gonna go because I'm going inside because it is cold. And I have to unpack my Amazon orders, start putting stuff in gift bags because time's a ticking. So I will talk to you all later. Bye.